Okay, so let me present, guys, our lesson for today. Okay, so let's have this. Okay, so before we continue with what we ended last time, let us just try to review again what we did last meeting para ma-refresh tayo. So we had the following theorems in integration. So we had the first one, that the integral of cosine u du will be sine u plus c. Excuse me again. And then the integral of sine u du will be negative cosine u plus c. And then the integral of secant square u du will be tangent u plus c. And then the integral of secant u tangent u du will be secant u plus c. And then we have the integral of cosecant squared u du will be negative cotangent u plus c. And number 12, we have the integral of cosecant u cotangent u will be negative cosecant u plus c. Okay, so that's the first 6 theorems that we had last time, and then afterwards we extended it into the following. So first is, if you would notice before let's go back. So notice, ang dito sa first 6 theorems na to, it only involves yung may kapag ang trigonometric function natin ay cosine u, sine u. Pero kapag yung secant, tangent, cosecant, and cotangent, walang isa lang, di ba? Parang ito may secant square. So tandaan nyo secant square u, the integral of secant square u is tangent u. Hindi pwedeng, kunwari, ginawa mo yung integral ng secant u, i-square root mo to, di ba? Hindi pwedeng ganon. Hindi pwedeng mo i-square root yung ito, mawawala yung square root dito, magkakaroon ng square root sa kabila. That's wrong. Same thing here. Itong secant u na to, hindi mo pwedeng i-divide itong secant u na to, magiging integral ng tangent u. Hindi pwede rin yun. Okay? So, ganun din si secant square. So, to get the integral of yung mga yun, yung mga nawawala, yung secant u, tangent u, cosecant u, and cotangent u, we have the next one. So, the integral of tangent u du will be ln, or the natural logarithm of the absolute value of secant u plus c. Okay? Sa cotangent u naman, the integral of cotangent u du will be natural logarithm, or ln, of the absolute value of sine u plus c. And secant u, dalawang version. Pwedeng ito, which is the integral of secant u is ln of secant u plus tangent u, absolute value of that, plus c, or this one, ln of the absolute value tangent of pi over 4 minus u over 2 plus c. Okay, so sa cosecant u, ganun din, dalawa din. So halos magkamukha ulit sila. Okay, so you have to remember this theorems. For sine squared naman, we have this. So the integral of sine squared u, we have u over 2 minus sine 2u over 4 plus c, and then cosine squared, we also have this. Halos magkamukha lang. Instead of a minus, this becomes a plus. Okay, so ito yung mga useful integration formulas that involves a trigonometric function that you can actually use. Kapag hindi na ganyan, so maybe we can perform other techniques, just like what we had last time. We had the substitution method. So previously we had these 3 examples. Okay, so you may actually just verify this in the recording. Okay, for now, let us now have. Okay, so I would like also to include this short advertisement. So I want you to remember again these identities. If you have your high school trigonometry, you have to remember these identities kasi gamitin natin siya later on, or you can still use this. So we have the reciprocal identities on the first box there. So sine theta will be 1 over cosecant theta, cosine theta is 1 over secant theta, tangent theta is 1 over cotangent theta. Of course, the reciprocal of each other is the second row. Ito naman na Pythagorean identities, we have sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta would be equal to 1. Ito naman, galing lang naman yan. So you just have to divide na lang. I-divide mo to ng sine squared divided by 1 will be 1, right? And cosine squared over sine squared, so cosine over sine, di ba? Ang cosine over sine, kung pupunta tayo sa cosine identities, is just cotangent. Kaya meron tayong cotangent squared. And then 1 over cosine becomes cosecant. theta or cosecant squared theta in this case. So galing lang to sa isa. Ito naman kapag dinivide mo naman ito ng cosine, ito namang pangalawa ang maglalabas. So just remember this. Itong mga to yung even odd even identities and then the co-function identities. You may opt to remember this pero hindi ito important. Okay, so you can actually still remember that if you have sign, kunwari ito sa even odd even identities, sign of negative theta will be negative sine theta. Malaking tulong din mo ito. And so on. Okay, so naalala niyo pa ba itong mga identities na to in your high school or in your trigonometry classes? Hello? Wala na naman akong kausap pa. Nandyan pa ba kayo?
Dito, sir.
Okay, naalala pa ba to? Itong mga identities na to?
Hindi na po.
Ay, patay tayo dyan. So, kailangan niyang tandaan to ha. Kasi malaking tulong ito sa pagkuha natin ng integrals later on. Okay, lalo pag nagsisimplify tayo that involves trigonometric function. So, malaking tulong itong mga to. Okay? So, let us continue. So, just have to recall these things. So, let's have another example. For example, we have cosine, the integral of cosine x divided by sine squared x dx. So, just like what we mentioned last time, ito, hindi ito itsura nung parang ganun. Wala na tayong ganun na pag ginawa natin integral, as in pares na forma. So, gagawa natin ito ng paraan para maging kamukha ng mga nakandito. Paano nga ba yun? So, may simpleng trick lang ang pwede natin gawin dito. Kung mapapansin, sorry. Hindi pala pwede ko itong, dito tayo. Wait lang. Naghang lang ng aking van. Okay, so this one. May simpleng trick lang ang pwede natin gawin dito. So if we try to use the identities, okay? Ito, pwede natin siyang isulat into what? Or pwede natin ihiwala yung sin x dito sa denominator. So pwede natin siyang isulat in this one. Wait lang. So itong 1, ito ay magiging diba? I can do that, guys. Tama ba? Hello?
Yes po.
Okay, hiniwalay lang natin yung sine squared x sa denominator. So, naging ganun siya, di ba? So, tapos, ito, notice, using the identities that I've shown you, ang 1 over sine x ay, balik tayo dito. 1 over sine x daw ay, ayun, 1 over sine x ay cosecant x lang. So, pwede ko nang palitan yung, etong 1 over sine x magiging cosecant x. Ito namang cosine x, sine x, pwede ko naman itong ano naman to. Yan naman siya. Cosine x over sine x ay cotangent x lang, di ba? So, pwede ko na ito ulit palitan ng cotangent x. Ha? Tama ba?
Yes po.
Okay, so does this look familiar already? Ito. So kung titingnan nyo, ito na lang yan, di ba? If you look at the theorems that we had, ito siya, di ba? The integral of cosecant u cotangent u du. So automatic, it will just be negative cosecant u plus c. So if I'll try to go back there, this will just be, again, negative cotangent. Tama ba? Cotangent nga ba yun? Cosecant pala. Okay, so negative cosecant x, and then that would be plus. Wala sa akin. Okay. Plus c. Okay. O ganun lang kasimple. Okay guys, malinaw?
Yes po.
Okay, so this is what I'm telling you, dapat tandaan natin yung ating mga identities. Kasi kung hindi natin tanda yung mga yon, edi paano na natin siya ma-integrate? Kung sa pamamagitan na ng paggamit ng identities, notice, mapapansin natin na napakasimple na lang ng kakalabasan niya kapag naisulat natin siya in a certain form. Okay, so let's have another one. Ito naman. Okay, so actually very similar siya if you would look into the form of this fourth example and then itong fifth example, halos magkamukha siya. May sin u, cosine u, ay kaso pala ito naging sine squared lang sa baba. Diba? Ito naging cosine squared. Pero parang kung titingnan natin cosine squared u, sine u yan, diba? Parang nagbibigay na sa atin ng hint na ito yung magiging u natin, yung ating nasa ln x, diba? So, dahil doon, pwede na natin siyang gumamit tayo ng substitution method. Okay? So, if I let u to be ln x, okay, and I take the derivative, so the derivative of u will be, what's the derivative of ln x? Derivative of ln x is 1 over x, right? Sorry. Or lagyan na lang natin dito. This will be dx over ln x. Ay, over x rather. Okay? Now, kung mapapansin nyo, dito sa ating integral, meron ka ring x dito sa baba, di ba? So parang dx over x lang siya. So pwede na natin itong palitan, itong dx over x ng du. Ito papalitan din natin to ng u. So if I try to do that, what will happen? Okay? Itong x na to, pwede kong tanggalin. Tapos dx, papalitan ko to. Parang ito kasi may, if you look into the problem, parang, okay, so itong dx nasa taas, di ba? So ilalagay ko dito. And then yung x na tinanggal ko, andito. So looking at that, we can see na parang ito na yung magiging du, di ba? Tapos papalitan na lang natin ulit dito ng u. So let me try doing that. So mangyayari. So ito yung magiging u. So gagawin ko na siyang u. Same thing with this. Okay, and then this becomes okay. And same thing, just like what we did dun sa fourth problem, pwede na natin ulit i-separate yung cosine u, di ba? Okay, so ito wala, ito gawin natin itong 1 and then ito magiging cosine na lang siya sa baba. Same thing here. Okay, so parang similar lang dun sa method natin kanina na medyo daglang na substitution method. And then same thing, ito pwede natin isulat ito. Ang cosine u ay secant u. Ang sine u over cosine u ay magiging tangent u. Okay? So, napakadali na nito. So, integral of secant u tangent u is just simply, ano ulit ito? Ito ay simply secant u plus c. Ha? Right? So, and then finally, we'll just have to replace this now with your previous variable, magiging secant of ln x na lang siya. Plus c. And then we're done. Any question, guys? Malinaw po ba? Woohoo! Hello po. Okay. Ano pala nag-re-react kahit pa paano. Okay. Any more comment, reaction, whatsoever? Okay ba? Can we proceed with the next example?
Wala na po.
Okay, wala na. So, pwede na tayo mag-dismiss. Ganun. Okay, one more. Okay, ito naman. So, this one, how are we going to get the integral? So, the same thing. Nasa trigonometric function ulit tayo. Kung titingnan nyo, sine ito, di ba? Sine, parang may sine squared, parang may u. So, pwede natin ulit gawin ito as u. Okay? Kopyahin natin ulit ito. Hindi tayo ng kopya. Okay. Let me copy this first. Ay, okay. Okay, so so if we let again u to be this, okay, and I take on the derivative, okay, so what will happen if I take the derivative of this? This will just be du. Again, this will become what? Itong magiging 2x, right? And then plus 6. Okay. Which if I try to factor out, I forgot to place the differential. Okay. And then I can factor out the 2. So I can factor out 2 here. So I will also divide this by 2, so this becomes, napunta doon. Sorry, I think I pressed the page down. Sorry. So this must be this. Okay. And since may x plus 3 tayo dx, so I think I need to divide this by 2. So let me insert a fraction here so that I can place du there, and I divide it by 2. So I can divide this again by 2. So okay. Now, this integral now, I can now rewrite this in a manner in terms of u. So, itong numerator natin, yung x plus 3 dx, okay? It's just du over 2. So I can place du there and then me 2 sa baba. Okay? Can you, is that clear, guys? And then ito, papalitan ko lang ulit ito ng u. Okay? Did you get that?
Yes po.
And then I can now put out maybe I can just put out the the constant value there. So this will be 1/2. Okay. I have to remove 2 there. And then 1 over sine u is actually cosecant, right? So I can now again rewrite this as so let me remove this. Okay, so it will now be cosecant squared u du. Okay. Tama ba? Lagyan nga natin. So, 1 over sine ay cosecant. So, magiging cosecant squared. Pero kung titingnan natin sa formula natin, ito. Ang cosecant square, ay meron ulit, di ba? So, meron tayong ulit na integral na which is negative cotangent u. Okay, so ito magiging 1/2 negative cotangent u natin si negative there. Forget the negative. Ay, sorry. And then the plus C. Okay. And then just replace the variable with this, right? So kailangan natin copy nito. Replace the U with and that word. Okay. Question? Okay, any question? Is it clear? Just to was it clear? Is there anything you want to ask? Hello? Ooh.
Clear naman po, sir.
Very good. Okay, so maybe pwede na tayong mag-con and then I'll try to give you a quiz on this. Madami-dami naman ang example natin. I'll again try to upload a quiz on your Google form in your Google Classroom next meeting, and then you will have to do it during class hours. Okay? So magiging stricter na ako next time. I'll be giving you the quiz maybe for 1 hour only, and then you have to do it in 1 hour. Okay? Is that clear? So please make sure you try to have internet connection on Wednesday. Will that be fine? 1 hour lang naman na Google form yun, and then you just have to make sure you have to submit. Ganun pa rin, mga 5 to 10 questions ulit. Okay? Is that clear, guys? So maybe let's go. Okay, so maybe we'll see each other next week.